You know Jon Snow? We know him. He lives next door.
1, 2, 3, 4. Those vegan guys. I thank you.
Hello, I'm Paul.
I'm Jason.
And together we are
Those Vegan Guys.
But we don't talk posh like this. Not at all.
Where's that come from?
I don't know, I just felt like doing it. Because we're from Oldham.
Northern.
Up north. You know Jon Snow? We know him. He lives next door. Hello, it's another recipe video. We've been talking in previous recipe videos about the fact that we were going to do the crispy baked tofu recipe video. So that's what we're going to do tonight.
We are. Well, you are.
Well, I'm going to cook it.
Yeah. He's become quite the expert in the old tofu area, hasn't he?
I've really fallen in love with tofu, as you will discover in July, when I'm wearing a fancy t-shirt and can give you a special offer. Yeah. Well, we'll just leave that one there for now.
That seed.
So tonight I'm going to do crispy baked tofu. I tried it a couple of weeks ago and it worked out really well. Actually, it's a double whammy tonight, Jason, because the way that I marinate the tofu tonight, you can then do the final step and oven bake it to make it the crispy baked tofu, or you can just fry it off and add it to something. So it's marinated tofu and crispy baked tofu all in one great big recipe video. Don't say Oldham never does now for you. We don't talk like that either, because that's Yorkshire. You my neck. Can your belly touch your neck? Can your knees knock together? Can you beat me with a feather? There though. Like it?
No.
Oh, shit. Should we get on with the tofu? Well, tell them what we're having the tofu with.
I don't know what we're having the tofu with.
I told you.
Have you?
What did we have it with first time we had it?
Oh, it was like a bit of a Buddha bowl, wasn't it, almost? Would you describe it as a Buddha bowl?
No, not in the slightest bit.
Oh.
It was quite simply...
It was a bowl and it had stuff in it.
It was brown rice, broccoli with sesame seeds and crispy baked tofu. And that's what we're going to have tonight, so that we get a good... I feel like a good pile of broccoli tonight. I need some brassicas, man. I need some brassicas in me. So broccoli it's going to be. If you're a regular viewer, you'll know that this happens constantly at the beginning of our videos. Quite a bit of chit-chat before we get down to it. But that's who we are. We're being genuine with you. Do you want us to be fake and false? No, thought not, Karen. Should we get on with the recipe?
Let's do it.
Step 1. You find a girl to love. No, that's not. That's not the first step. So, step 1, we're using firm tofu. Okay. Now you might have your own method of pressing tofu. Maybe it's a couple of chopping boards and a cast iron frying pan, or some tins of peas. Who knows? I used to do all of those tricks before I bought my TOFUTURE Tofu Press. The thing is though, I have to say I have to extol the virtues of this tofu press. It's brilliant. One of the best purchases we ever made. That's what you're looking for if you ever want to get one. TOFUTURE Tofu Press. And it is in our affiliate links down there in the info. So if you do fancy buying one from Amazon, buy it down there because it won't cost you any more and we'll get a couple of pence for some sweeties. So there you go, that's that. Drained. And there you see, we have 2 fabulously lovely pressed pieces of firm tofu. So what I'm going to do first, see how thick that is? But there's a nice line already down there and I want to cut down that line. Is what I want to do. So that is what I'm going to do. We're cutting this now into pieces so that they all get the same or very similar size and shape, and then they will all take on the flavours that we're going to marinate them with. you cut your tofu into whatever shapes you, whatever sizes you want. But these are a good, and you see how they're not actually even, they're not all the same size. Do, you know, some different ones. These ones I'll cut right down the middle, straight down the middle, it went straight down the middle. Right, that's my tofu all cut up into squares. Do you see this? Can you see it clearly, Jason? Mm-hmm. And now we'll get the stuff to put the marinade together. Absolutely gorgeous marinade, by the way, for tofu. When you're just going to marinate it and then fry it, is apple cider vinegar and soy sauce. That's it, just them 2 ingredients. But for this, because we're doing a baked tofu, it has to really be an equal amount of flavour liquid. That's the stuff that's going to get in there and penetrate it and, you know, flavour the tofu, and oil. That's how we bake the tofu. So I'm not going to use any measurements, I'm just going to use a splash of vegetable oil. I'm also going to use a splash of sesame oil for the flavour, not for the, you know, not for the oil. A little bit of dark soy sauce. And a little bit of apple cider vinegar. And now, you can go crazy if you want here, Karen, it's your choice. You know, some dried ingredients, for example, garlic granules. I've got some garlic granules, I'm going to get a good splodge of them in there. And for me and Jason, I think I'm going to add some hot chili powder. There we go, quite a bit of that. And a bit of celery salt. There we go. And then we just give that a right good mix. And you'll see it all combines together. Yeah? And there's not a lot of liquid in there, and then we dunk them in. So I'll give these, once they're all in, I'll give it a good stir around gently, but they're quite firm these now because they've been pressed. Quite firm pieces. So they shouldn't break up too much, really, in here. Just give that a shake around like that first. We'll use a spatula. And just give it a good mix around. Basically all the liquid that you've just pressed out of your tofu, you're kind of putting back in, only now it's not liquid, it's oil and flavour.
It looks beautiful actually.
So I'm going to leave that now. I might pop it back in the fridge. I'm going to leave that for at least 20 minutes, possibly half an hour. And every 5 or 10 minutes I'll come in and give it a stir around again to make sure all the surfaces are getting covered. And then we'll come back and do the final step that we do before baking it in the oven and making it crispy. Okie dokie? Right, all of that marinade has kind of soaked into the tofu. Can you see that nice and clear? Yeah. So it's kind of, there's just a little bit of liquid left. So what's the next step? Well, she'll tell you, Karen. Corn flour. Now last time I just kind of sprinkled it on the bowl. What I'm going to do this time is I'm going to kind of put a good amount in a little sieve and then tap it. You might want to come over here, actually, Jay, with the camera, just because you can see I'm making sure that every piece, I've kind of laid them out in the bowl so that every piece gets a good coating. and then I've got myself in a right tiz was here now. No, what I'll do is I'll just do that for a sec, and then I'll give that another stir around, and I'll make sure I do the other side as well, kind of. Just trying to make sure that everything has a light coating of the corn flour, but when we finally mix it round, we don't want to see any white at all, so the corn flour is kind of absorbed into the marinade and soaked into the tofu. There we go, I think that's quite enough. Find that last bit in there. As wish I had. Right, and I'll just give that a final mix around. So all I'm doing is I'm making sure that when we put it into the oven, which is our next step, there you go, there's no white. There's no white now on any of the pieces, but they're all coated. And then here we go, just going onto this tray. It's just your standard baking tray, and you just lay all your pieces out. I've got the oven preheating to 180. Perhaps Jason can do a clever conversion and show our American friends what that might be in Fahrenheit. Are we centigrade over here? I've got no idea what we are.
I don't know. I don't know about stuff like that.
So we lay all this out on the baking tray. Make sure every piece has got its own space. It's quite the loner. Doesn't work well with others. Oh, look at this, look how much you get. I mean, I didn't even plan. And look at that.
Perfect.
That marinade will soak it up. And then into the oven. We're at 180. Get it in there. 30 minutes. After 15 minutes, sorry, take the tray out, turn each piece round. We'll come back and show you me doing that in funny, speeded up motion. Right, it's turnover time. It's been in the oven now for 15 minutes, so it's time to take it out and turn it over. But if you look at it already, get a good shot at that, Jay. Look at that.
Whoa. That's epic.
Can you see? So it's kept all that flavour, and then, I mean, you really do have to turn the pieces over because that bottom bit now has gone really crispy. Now we want the top bit to do the same. So the sides will stay squishy, but the top and the bottom will go really, really crispy.
What's that on the chopping board there, pray tell?
Oh, it is, because we're having brown rice and steamed broccoli. I've chopped up some kimchi, assorted kimchi from the kimchi jar. So there's quite a few bits there. Carrot, cabbage, celery, garlic. What's that fancy Chinese vegetable called with all the holes in it? That comes in slices. It's got all holes in it. Lotus fruit.
Oh, I can visualise it in my head, but I can't think for the life of me what it's called.
I think it's lotus. I could be wrong. And do correct me, folks. You know what I mean, don't you? It's a white hard disc of vegetable oil, and it's got holes in it. It's a beautiful pattern. So I took half a slice of one of them out. Alright, nearly done this now. Good job I've got asbestos fingers. Really. Actually, do you know, considering it's just about the oven, it's not that hot, strangely.
No?
No. So I'll put this in for the other 15 minutes now, and then we shall get it served up. Crispy baked tofu coming at you from Oldham. Just as a side swipe here, because this is all about the crispy baked tofu and you might have it with completely different things, but I've just done some brown rice and I've mixed in some seaweed and some edamame and some chopped up kimchi, and then I've done steamed broccoli, and on top of the steamed broccoli there you can see, hopefully, I've toasted, dry frying pan, toasted some sesame seeds and some chopped peanuts for the top of the broccoli, and that's out. And here is our crispy tofu. Now this is fresh out of the oven, obviously. Do you want to go on that side, Jay? And then less shadow, but I can touch a piece and show you. Can you see how crispy that is?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's like ASMR. Look how crispy the tofu is. It's very, very crispy and soft and fluffy on the inside.
Fabulous.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's very good. Shall we do a taste test in the lounge, Mr. Bromley? And you can tell it, because it needs a couple of minutes to cool down anyway, and you can tell everyone how wonderful it tastes.
Yes. Oh, it's having a terrible time trying to focus on you. There we go.
And here I'm Purdy, I'm 50 today. Actually, it's my birthday today, I'm 50 years old.
Happy birthday, mister.
Thanks, mister.
Let's taste this fine grub.
Let's do it! I know you've just seen it, but I really want you to hear it. Listen as I press with my fork. It's really, really crispy.
Ooh. Oh, I'll see that or not. Well, it's all in the taste anyway. Crispy baked tofu.
It is lovely because it's absorbed all that flavour from the dark soy sauce and the apple cider vinegar. Now perhaps, I said to Jason, I think I've got it right this time, because last time I just used soy sauce and it was a little bit too strong soy sauce flavour wise. This is much milder. I think actually I should have done 3/4 soy sauce to 1/4 apple cider vinegar rather than half and half. It's lovely, but the crispy goes better with the stronger flavour.
Yeah, sorry, a mouthful. I don't know if you'll be able to
I know,
hear that.
sorry, that probably seems weird, but it's the best way to portray how crispy it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Let's have one more piece.
As we've mentioned in other videos, I think when it comes to tofu, it really is worth putting the effort in. It's worth sourcing a great place to get cheap tofu. Our place is Wing Yip. If you've not seen our Wing Yip video, do check it out. It's dirt cheap, it's brilliant. But then obviously having the tofu press or some way to press your tofu as well It really does make a difference. And then obviously Paul putting together an amazing marinade.
Jason tried the broccoli with the toasted sesame seeds and toasted chopped peanut. That's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's really another tip there then. If you would like to find out a couple of other ways to make tofu tasty, don't forget you can skip a step and not bake this with corn flour. Don't do the corn flour. In fact, if you just want to marinate and fry tofu, you can just marinate it in your chosen liquids with no oil at all, and then fry however you would fry. But if you want to know how to make slabs of tofu taste like a bit like fried egg with a pop yolk for a butty, I'll put the link up there.
Sandwich.
And if you want to know how to make scrambled tofu, I'll put the link up there too. So quad whammy right here.
Quadrangle.
4-in-1 recipes. We're going to get on with the rest of the eating of this tofu. We love you.
True that. Love you.
Thanks, mister. Mwah.
Just as much today on your birthday as any other day.
Well, good.
Of course.
I should hope so.
Yeah, not like extra love because it's your birthday. It's
No.
just love. Love.
Give me your...
Give me all your loving. All your love
No,
kiss.
give me your unconditional love. Da, 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 da.
I don't sing anymore
It's an
now.
80s song. You all know you can sing songs.
Oh yeah,
You
of
just
course
can't
you can.
play them by the original artist.
Of course.
Sorry, mouthful. Off on a tangent again. This is a Those Vegan Guys recipe video. If you've enjoyed it, please give us a like, subscribe down there, and click the little bell. You'll get notifications on lots of future videos. 2019's been a crazy year for us. We've really got into our channel. We're doing more than we've ever done before.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
Really.
Thanks for all your comments, all your feedback, all your interaction across all of our social media communities. We do our absolute best to get back to people. We lead very busy lives.
Thank you to all our patrons who are named on our card at the end of the video. Thank you guys so much.
Amazing, thank you.
Don't forget, have a look down there. Our Patreon link's down there if you fancy joining them. Starts at $1. And all our affiliate links and our Amazon affiliate store link is down there. We will now get on and eat. Please be excellent to yourself. Be excellent to each other. We'll see you right soon. Crispy tofu. Hey, Karen, I did it.